Good morning, everybody. How are you feeling today? I hope you're doing well. And well, it seems that we start to see a light at the end of the tunnel, and you will be allowed to go out in the streets soon to breathe in fresh air, to have a walk, okay? And I think that's something very positive, all right? So you must be a little bit happier. Okay, before starting today's explanation, I would like to tell you two important things. One, remember that today is the last day to send me the graphics and the report of the social census that we investigated during these days. And the second important thing is that last week, the school sent an email to your families with an authorization to let you participate in online video calls and conferences with the teachers. We'd like to start this next week. So please, in case that your families haven't received this authorization, please let us know, sending us an email to virgendelcortijo.gmail.com. All right? And let's start with the explanation. The first thing we're doing is explaining the four demographic concepts that I gave you yesterday in the flashcards presentation, okay? So here we go. Okay, so here we have the four demographic concepts that I want to explain you, okay? These concepts are important because people or the population in a certain area varies a lot, okay? Some people are born every year, other people die, people who travel between countries and looking for opportunities, all right? So the number of people living in a certain area varies a lot. And we can count the people according to these four concepts. So the first concept is absolute population. This is very simple. It's just the number of people living in a certain place. It can be the people who live in a village, in a town like Valladolid, in a city like Madrid, in a whole province or community, a country, or even worldwide, okay? So that's it, counting the people. All right. Second term, population density. To count or to calculate the population density, first we need to count the population. So we need this data, the absolute population, and then we make a division by the area in square kilometers. What is this? Okay, this can be explained with this graphic. If we count all the people that we have in this community, and then we make a division by how many squares can you see here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 squares. So if we divide all the people, the number of people, by 9, we will obtain the population density. And why is this called a square kilometer, which in Spanish is kilómetro cuadrado? Because each of these squares, okay, has got a side length of 1 kilometer, 1 kilometer, 1 kilometer, and 1 kilometer. That's why it's called a square kilometer, okay? Third concept, the natural increase, okay? So this is how the population, the number of people increase year by year. Natural, because we're talking about the people who are born and the people who die, which is the natural process in life. Some people are born and other people die. So this is the difference between the people who are born and dead, okay? Represented with, okay, this diagram, okay? The babies minus the people who die. And finally, the actual increase. This concept is very similar to the natural increase, but it's more realistic because apart from taking into account the people who are born and the people who die, it takes into account immigrants that come to our country and people from our country that go abroad looking for opportunities, okay? So people who leave the country. So the formula is natural increase plus the immigrants minus the emigrants, represented in this diagram, okay? The natural increase plus the people who come to live in a country and the people who leave the country. And that's it. So now we're going to the book, okay? Because all these concepts are explained in the book, and I am using the book to do the example of the activities that you later need to do in your notebook, all right? Let's go. Okay, so here we have the book, and I'm also opening this other window. Okay, in the book you have all the different concepts: the absolute population, the population density, the natural increase, and the actual increase. And here in pink you have the formulas to calculate all these, okay, aspects. I want to make an important clarification here between these two words, immigrant and emigrant, because most of times we confuse these terms. And I'm giving you this trick. Immigrant, remember, in, okay, that we have in English. So that means people who are coming in, immigrant. While emigrant is the opposite, okay, people who are living a certain place, all right? So I want to focus your attention on this picture here, so I'm making it bigger because this is the picture that I'm using to explain you the activity you'll have to do today. All right, what are we going to do? First thing, we're going to write the date and the title of the activity on the notebook, okay? And I'm going to explain you how to calculate the absolute population, the population density, the natural increase, and the actual increase in this certain community. All right, absolute population, that's basically counting people, okay? So to count people here, my recommendation is to go square by square. So in the first square, there isn't anybody, so that's why I didn't write anything here. In the second square, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, so I wrote 5. In the third square, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 people. Be careful with the babies, okay, because they're small, so you might not see them. And the same thing with the rest of the squares. After counting people in each of the squares, we have to add all these numbers, okay? So 5 plus 4 plus 8 plus 22 plus 5 plus 4 plus 8. This makes, if I'm not mistaken, okay, a total number of 56 people, okay? So the absolute population here will be 66 people, okay? That will be the answer. Now, how do we calculate the population density? All right, remember that the formula, okay, I'm going to put my face here, all right. Remember that the formula, okay, is the absolute population divided by the area, okay? So in this case, the absolute population is 56, and the area, remember, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 squares. So we need to calculate that. So we make that division, 56 divided by 9, all right? And this will be approximately 6, all right? Exactly, that will be 6.3. But I don't know if you started doing this kind of divisions with Luis. I think you have, so you can calculate, okay, the exact number. Okay, so this will be 6.3 people per square kilometer. Okay, now we're going to calculate the natural increase. What was the formula? Remember, that is the people who are born minus the people who die. So we need to count the babies, okay? So we're going to start. How many babies have been born here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 babies, okay? So the formula is the number of births minus the number of deaths, okay? And we're going to calculate this, okay? So we have I think we said 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, sorry, 11. Okay, so we have 11 babies, okay, minus how many people died? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this makes 3, okay? So 3 will be the natural increase of this community. And we're going to finish calculating the actual increase. So let's remember the formula. The actual increase takes into account the natural increase plus the number of immigrants minus the number of emigrants. Okay, so we'll write the formula here. So the formula takes into account the natural increase plus the number of immigrants minus the number of emigrants, okay? So let's calculate the actual increase. The natural increase is 3, so I can write the number 3. 3 plus how many people arrived in this community? I understand that these are the people that arrived because they're close to the, sorry, no, they're here. These are the immigrants, okay, that are coming from a different country. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people, all right? So 6 immigrants. And then we have to subtract the number of emigrants. 1, 2, 3, 4 people leaving the country. And if we calculate this, 3 plus 6 is 9, minus 4, that makes 5. So 5 will be the actual increase, okay? So that's it, all right? This is all you have to know for today's activity, all right? Follow the instructions you have in the Drive and in Classcraft, and hope you don't have any problems. But if you have, you know, you can contact me using the chat, the private chat in Classcraft. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.